Hey everybody, it's time to introduce a new build. So this is the MPC Rat Trap Vega. This is the off-road race car. They got 4 of them. They always show on the box, collect all 4. There's all 4. I got all 4. So it's time to start building them. There's the rat trap. They did on the side red versus the green on the front, just to try to trick you to get you to buy another one. But they're pretty cool cars. Not a lot in the kits, but there's not a lot of parts to them. But they still look cool. I think I'm going to do this one to go with the wedge truck that I got. They should look good. About the same era. Probably do the paint scheme about the same. Paint scheme on this one is kind of wild itself. I went with a bright orange. That's pretty 70s, don't you think? Bright orange. It went on really smooth. This is just Rust-Oleum 2X. I think this is a premium color. And it's only about 2 or 3 days old. And it is smooth to the touch. It's not tacky or anything. Usually with that Rust-Oleum you get that. On the body I did add a few more things that are normally not on this one. And that is door panels. I know on these dirt track racers they're usually a body of a normal car. And they just strip them down, weld the door shut. Well, door seams are still there. But they didn't have any door seams at all in this kit. So I put door seams on that. And there. I did a fuel neck for filling. I'm gonna still have to do the spout for inside, but I wanted that piece to look all Frenched in there, so however you want to call it. And painted the same color. So it's just a piece of tube styrene, trimmed kind of to match that. You glue that to the body of where I wanted it first, and then I just drilled a hole, and then I took a scalpel and just slowly cut so that way it matches that straight down. Turned out pretty good. And when you glue it, you just make sure you really mush that in there. So that's the main color. And then here is the secondary color. Thing's gonna be pretty wild. So I got a lot of detail painting on this. The dash is glued in there, the gauge is in there, so I had to hand paint those. And then the foam bars, covers, I gotta paint those still. I think I'm gonna just paint those flat black. I think that'll be a good contrast. And then there's the mirror built in, so I'll have to make the mirror side chrome. Here's the wheels. It does come with some pretty cool wheels. Big old printed Goodyear tires. But I went body color. I painted the hubs and the lugs. And this kit is probably one of the first ones I've ever put together that you can't make it into a roller. It has a square locking pin for where it glues on to the axle. I mean, usually we're gluing our tires together in net so they don't roll. This is the first time you ain't got an option. I'm sure there's others out there, but that's the first one I've noticed. And then for the interior pans and firewall with the aluminum, wherever they're gonna put the aluminum at, it's gonna actually be aluminum color. So that should look pretty darn good, I think. You know, the yellow, aluminum, and then orange. And then here is the actual frame. So I did that in yellow too. I still have to do a little bit of work on the fuel cell. This will sit like that with the roll cage. The roll cage is pretty cool on this kit. They make it so it's easy to paint and assemble it, because then you have two pieces that come from here to go to the radiator, then the radiator it comes down to that front piece. So this is pretty early on. I think I've only got maybe 3-4 hours into this kit already. So there's a lot more detail work that's actually going to go to it. So here is the start on the engine, Chevy 427. I used the diode actually for a fuel filter. Might help if you actually have it zoomed in. So there's just the diode there, trying to make it look like a fuel filter. And I have it plumbed up to that. And I just have it disappearing to the bottom. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. This kit does not have the fuel pump like that down there. And I'm going to put a wash on the valve covers to give it a nice look. It's got some nice printing and detail grooves in that in there, so it should actually pop once it gets the wash on it. I drilled for spark plugs. This one's going to be a little bit tricky. Only reason being is in a kit it shows you putting the exhaust on like last. Well, the spark plugs are right below the exhaust. So these exhaust pipes are way out there too. If you ever see the kit, they're like way out. So I'm gonna have to glue these on. I'm gonna have to test fit a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna have to glue them on, and then I'm gonna have to put the wires through, and then I'm gonna have to be able to put them in underneath. So I can't have the engine actually mounted in there until I got that all done. So for that, I made my own distributor cap and wires. Went with an orange. It's almost the same color orange as the body, a little bit different in the engine. So it's going to be kind of color match, but it's going to stand out on its own. For the decals, I have not decided. The decals that come in the kit are very bland. They're not very exciting. I have a whole box full of decals I haven't used and other kits that were extra or bought they haven't used, so I'm gonna look and dig through all that stuff and see, maybe look around the other kits and see if there's anything that would be cool to put on there. But as of right now, I haven't decided on decals yet, but soon will. So hope you guys like this kit so far, and hope it makes you want to watch for more. But here is the actual body trim. It should be a wild build. So until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.